pleasure to welcome all of you to the groundbreaking for our new dance center here on the northern end of the Avenue of the Arts. Actually, this is a transitional event in the life of the Pennsylvania Ballet. This new facility represents a vital next step in our growth as a leading performing arts organization.
Today's a good day to be the Artistic Director of Pennsylvania Ballet. I could not be more pleased that we have gotten to this point. We are preparing to open our 48th season at the Academy of Music next week, and celebrating our future home here and the next chapter of this extraordinary company. It just doesn't get any better than that.
That we are here today is testimony to the fact that the Pennsylvania Ballet enjoys and appreciates the tremendous support which it gets from this community. John's promised us that this building will be completed by next September. Thank you, John.
The City of Philadelphia has also been enormously supportive of this project, donating $1 million through its Cultural Corridors Fund. Hear, hear. I am therefore honored to welcome our mayor, the Honorable Michael A. Nutter, who is with us to say a few words today. Mayor.
Well, what a wonderful occasion, Michael. Thank you very, very much, and Carrie, Senator Farnese, and Roy and Louise, all of you, and certainly the board. John, no pressure on that summer. No pressure at all. Just every time I see you, I'll ask how things are going, but no pressure whatsoever. For 48 years, we've had the wonderful opportunity to watch our ballet, and I would echo what Senator Farnese said. It is one of the best ballet companies in the United States of America. You should get used to hearing these kinds of things. I know it's a bit challenging for Philadelphians at times to think of us as first in this, best in that, biggest, widest, tallest. Get used to it. We have the world-renowned best orchestra in the United States, if not the world, right here in Philadelphia, best ballet company, and we're creating a cultural corridor on North Broad Street, similar to what you've already experienced on South Broad Street.
I just want to be clear that John Gattuso told me he could build this building by May, so no pressure, but it was a brief meeting. And I'd like to also take a moment to acknowledge a very, very special woman who happens to, I could not be more pleased that she's with us here today. She happens to be the founder of Pennsylvania Ballet, the artistic director forever, and I'm very, very pleased to say that Barbara is still involved with the organization. She comes and sees the company perform on a regular basis. And she's a legend in the dance world. So give a round of applause to Barbara Weisberger. It may be hard to imagine that today, but this facility will soon house one of the premier ballet companies in the country. It will be where the work takes place, where the artists of Pennsylvania Ballet will prepare for our performance season, a place of inspiration and creation. For every moment that a dancer spends on stage, there are hours, literally hours and hours spent in a rehearsal studio. They refine their craft, and those moments on stage go beyond technique and beyond athleticism to become art.
There are a couple of campaigns that I want to talk about, and that was the campaign that we had in 2002. And we were kind of on the road. We weren't saving the ballet. This was just an out-and-out campaign. And so we have the almighty consultants come in, do their little research, and then they tell us at the end of the day that maybe we could raise $5 to $7 million. Okay, I accepted that. And several weeks later, we're getting our committee together, and several weeks later, I'm in an event, and there is Bill Rouse. And Bill Rouse, at that point, they were building the Kimmel Center, and the resident companies were a huge issue. And so Bill comes over and he said, well, Louise, how's the ballet doing? And I said, it's great. We're going to have a capital campaign. He said, oh, what's the number? And I said, well, I didn't really want to say this, but 5 to 7. I didn't even get the 7 out. What the is that going to do for you, says Bill. And so I said, it is. Well, oh, come on, don't give me those numbers. You get out there, you raise all the money you can raise, and then you declare victory at the end of the day. Okay. So we did. We went out, Bruce Eckert, and we raised $11.9 million.
Which brings us to Louise Reed, whose passion for this company and unwavering devotion to it have sustained and nurtured Pennsylvania Ballet for nearly 30 years. Alan's and your challenge grant leveraged a total of $6 million for our new home, providing momentum to our fundraising efforts and turning our dream into reality. Louise, we are extremely proud and honored, therefore, to name our new dance center the Louise Reed Center for Dance. Currently, we are sitting in the space where the new studios will be built. It once served as a garage for Brinks armored cars, and we liked the space because it was column-free and offered some wonderful clear spans for studios. The first phase will include renovating this space to include the 4 studios, a wardrobe shop, artistic and school offices, and support space for the dancers and the school. Demolition of the brick buildings behind me will commence in November, and the groundbreaking will take place in January, with the company and school occupying the space in September 2012. The final phases of the project include construction of the lobby and the large studio, a beautiful entrance courtyard, followed by the renovation of the administrative building. The entire project should be completed by the spring of 2014. Thank you for being with us.